Hey friends, welcome back to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. If you have been looking for a pretty simple way to help encourage detoxing your body or to deal with like sore muscles, minor aches and pains, things like that, then today's episode is going to be for you. And stay tuned because I am going to share with you the biggest benefit I have seen that was really unexpected when it comes to using castor oil. Let's go ahead and get started.
Hi friend, do you dream of having a garden but you don't know where to start? Do you want to switch to more natural products but feel overwhelmed by all the options? Do you believe that a holistic lifestyle would help your special needs kiddo but you're daunted by all the information out there? Welcome to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast, where you will learn how to work towards your dream for homesteading, gardening, and holistic living in small, simple steps that won't overwhelm you. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a wife, Jesus follower, and mom to some amazing kids. As some of my kids began experiencing health struggles and developmental delays, I decided it was time to switch to a holistic lifestyle. I quickly became stressed out and burnt out, feeling like I needed to change everything at once. I finally realized that I had to start making one small change at a time, then build from there. I learned to walk this holistic journey in a way that works for me and my family, without stress or overwhelm or constantly feeling like I wasn't doing enough. If you're ready to hear from another mama who understands what it's like to have no time and who can help you make changes towards better health for your family in a way that works for your specific life, then this is the podcast for you. Pop in your earbuds, reheat your coffee for the third time, and let's do this.
All right, friends, so today we are going to be talking about castor oil and using castor oil packs. So I'm sure we've all heard of castor oil. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but often people will talk about using it in order to induce labor. It is not something I ever tried, but I feel like that's something that it is commonly known for. So I just want to talk a little bit about castor oil and the benefits. So castor oil can increase the flow of lymph, and lymph is just basically the fluid that is flowing through the lymphatic system. And oftentimes this can get congested, it can get blocked up, and it can cause issues for us. Castor oil can also detox the area where it's applied, and it has anti-inflammatory effects. I would also tell you always consult with a doctor before you're starting anything new, but it can be really good. Often you will hear of people doing a castor oil pack on the liver to help encourage detoxing the liver. And I use it in a variety of different ways. I'm going to share with you now the different ways that I have used it before we go over how to use a castor oil pack, just because I want you to be aware that there are a lot of different ways that you can use it and that it really does have a lot of benefits. So what I have done in the past is I will take castor oil and then I'll take some kind of other oil. It just depends on what I'm wanting to use, but I will take lymph promoting herbs like chickweed, calendula, burdock root, and things like that. And I will infuse the oil in with those herbs and then mix it in with the castor oil to make a lymphatic cream. And I will apply that. Let's say I have myself or a child, we're dealing with a lot of sinus congestion. We will take that lymphatic cream and we will apply it there, and it gets everything flowing and moving. I've actually had times where I've been having a major sinus headache and can feel the congestion. And when I apply that, I can actually feel, sounds gross, but I can feel the drainage like draining down my throat because it just gets everything moving, and it has been really beneficial. Other ways that we have used that lymphatic cream is to apply it. Let's say you're having an ear infection and I will take it, or a child is having an ear infection. I will add just a little bit, like a drop of lavender oil in with that because it can be really soothing for like teeth and ear pain. I'll mix that in with my lymphatic cream, and then I will take the lymphatic cream and run it, like rub it along the jawline and behind the ear and down the neckline to really encourage all of that fluid that oftentimes is backed up to start moving. And we have noticed a lot of relief in different areas when it comes to like ear and tooth pain with the combination of that. It's been very, very beneficial. And then we have also used it in the form of a castor oil pack, me specifically, not my kids, to detox like the liver. I've also used it on like abdomen to help support digestive system. And I've used it like on like the area where my uterus is. If I'm having any kind of really bad cramps or I feel like things are kind of congested there, then I will use the castor oil pack there too. But what has probably been the most beneficial and life-changing for me was, I don't even know where I saw this. I read it in a group. Someone was talking about using castor oil. Let's say you have like a random ache or pain, like you wake up and your shoulder feels funny, like maybe you slept on it wrong, or your back is really hurting. what that often is your lymph has become congested and it is creating pain in that area. So taking either a castor oil pack or the lymphatic cream that I make and applying it to that area has been extremely beneficial. Let's say I wake up and my back is really hurting. And then oftentimes I will apply that and, within an hour, my back feels totally fine. So those random aches and pains that you don't know what's causing them, a stiff neck, anything like that, I have found this to be a game changer for me. Other places that you could apply a castor oil pack if you don't have access to lymphatic cream, I often make my own, but there is one I can link below if you want to buy one, or you could just do a castor oil pack. And you could also apply it to your abdomen, like I said, for digestive issues, but also for constipation. Apply that castor oil pack there. You could also apply it above the pubic bone or around the ovaries for more of a uterine or ovary support. I will say that you want to make sure when you are getting castor oil that you are getting hexane-free castor oil. In a glass bottle is best, but honestly, I get hexane-free castor oil from Amazon in a plastic bottle, and that is what I use. You're also going to need some kind of a dye-free wool or flannel. I can link stuff down in the show notes below so you can see what I'm talking about. And then you're going to need like a wraparound pack, or I even use like an ace bandage to keep mine in place because I don't have one of the fancy elastic wraparound packs. And then you're going to need a hot water bottle or a heating pad. The other thing, you'll want something to store your either wool or flannel sheets in. So like a glass jar with a lid is ideal. And then I would also make sure you have on like old clothes or old sheets or something like that, because the castor oil can stain your clothes and your bedding. Okay, so how do we actually do a castor oil pack? First, you're going to take the castor oil and you're going to take that flannel or wool cloth that you have, and you're going to essentially saturate the cloth with castor oil. Now, you don't want it to be like soaked and dripping wet, but you do want the oil to have kind of penetrated the cloth without being just in excess and dripping off of it. So typically I will just add a couple tablespoons at a time, let it absorb, and then just make sure that the oil has absorbed into the fabric, but it's not like completely soaked. After you have the cloth covered in the castor oil, you're going to go ahead and apply it to the area that you want to use it, and then cover it up with either the wrap or a piece of cloth or something like that to create a barrier. And that's usually what I use is like the ace bandage wrap, or they sell these packs on Amazon that you can actually get that will hold it in place. And then you're going to go sit in a comfortable place. I typically will like to lay down on the couch or on the bed or something like that. And you're going to take either your heating pad or your hot water bottle and place that over the wrapped cloth and leave it on for 30 minutes to an hour. After you're done, you're going to go ahead and take the pack off. So take the wrap off and then take that cloth that you had the castor oil saturated in and put it back in the glass jar. You just put it there with the lid on it, keep it there safe. You can actually store it in the refrigerator, and then typically they say you can use it up to 25 to 30 times for the same cloth. You can just continue to reuse that cloth. When you're ready to do it again, pull it out. If it needs a little bit more castor oil, add a little bit more, and then you can use it again. So once you've got all the stuff off of you, put away the cloth in the refrigerator, then you're going to take a mixture of like soap and water and a little bit of baking soda, and you're going to wash your skin off wherever that castor oil was, just to make sure that you're getting off the remaining castor oil so that it doesn't stain your clothes or anything like that. And then once you're done with that, of course, we're trying to encourage detoxing. So if you can make sure you're drinking plenty of water to support your body in detoxing, that would be ideal. I also have a vibration plate. So for me, getting on the vibration plate for 10 minutes or so to help to encourage lymphatic flow is really good for me, because that's, like I've said before, that's something I struggle with. And so drinking lots of water, getting on the vibration plate, even if you just go for a gentle walk, any kind of exercise is going to help, because the lymphatic system does not have its own pump. So our movement is what helps to pump that lymph through the system. So any kind of gentle exercising, stretching, anything like that can be really, really beneficial. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you end up using a castor oil pack or you decide to do a lymphatic cream, let us know how it worked out for you. And also let me know what your favorite use for this is. If there was something you didn't realize before. I know the tip about it helping with random aches and pains has made such a huge difference in my life, so I hope that is helpful for you as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you back next time.
Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a friend who is wanting to live more holistically without the overwhelm? Also, don't forget to head over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. It blesses and encourages me to know that this show is helping you. All right, friends, it's time for me to go work in the garden and make some homemade bone broth. I will see you back next week.